Tony's on the line in Philadelphia. Hi, Tony.
Hi.
What's going on?
Hey, my question is, well, I actually have a comment. It's about abstinence. I really do applaud Dr. Marsh for her going to be in abstinence, but, you know, she is in a whole different deep area than a lot of the other children that growing up in today's society. She's not actually in the world, and she knows what I mean by in the world. A lot of these teenagers are in the world, and they need the education, and it's a lot of different places that these children can go to get the education and to get the help. They have free clinics. They have, I mean, some parents don't even want to talk to their kids. Some parents are scared to talk to their children. I mean, I have a 10-year-old. So, you know, she comes running in the room and telling me, Mom, I'm at puberty. And I'm like, okay. You know, that's what I have to say to her. But as we build our relationship, I do explain things to her and let her know what is what. So a lot of these children, they really do not have that type of they need a role model. They need people positive in their lives. They need teachers who's going to say, hey, look, you know, if you're going to choose to do this, this is what's going to happen. They have to know what step by step of each consequences, because these kids, they walk around with no fear. And me, when I was coming up, I feared my mother. So a lot of these kids do not, they don't fear their parents at all.
Oh, I feared every adult when I was growing up. Tony, thanks for calling. And I mean that in a positive way. Dr. Marsh, she said you're not in this world. Do you want to respond to that? Do you know what she means by that?
I do know what she means by that.
All right. Help us out.
But I do recognize that I do recognize what the people that I'm really advocating for, I do recognize what they're exposed to, and I do recognize that the pressure is tremendous. But I would like to also say, when I say abstinence, I do also advocate education and healthy choices. I advocate abstinence, but not ignorance. So in all of my platforms, I'm very comfortable with sharing with young people about what syphilis, gonorrhea, HPV, HIV, and all those things are, how they're transmitted, etc. I mean, as a physician, I understand the importance of a condom. So I advocate abstinence and not ignorance. I want to be clear about that. But at the same time, I know that people will live at the level that they're taught. So that's why I need to actually empower them and equip them with information on healthy choices. And so when I talk to people about abstinence and I share with them this lesson, 10 choices to keep you out of trouble, I actually address some things with media and with healthy dating tips and even how to approach conversations with parents and people of authority. So it's abstinence, but with education.
Okay, I got it. Barry's on the line in Philadelphia. Hi, Barry.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You have a wonderful panel of experts there, Dr. Marsh and the other gentleman who mentioned the word empowerment, which is so important because even abstinence is a form of empowerment. However, I think it has to be taken further than that, because when you have the question of, like, who's to blame, there's so many different places where the blame can be, places where you can lay the blame. Say, for example, television. There's so much sex on television, not just cable television, regular television, the radio, the movies, even peer pressure. And empowerment is so important these days because the young girls have to be the ones to understand that we have to reassure them and reassert the power within them. If they won't be abstinent, then they have to at least use, common sense and show respect for themselves.
Right, and their choice is the last line of defense.
Exactly.
All right, Barry, thanks for calling. Let's take our last call of the night. It comes from Rebecca in North Arlington, New Jersey. It's brought to you by Comcast Digital Voice. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. My comment is I teach in an urban city in New Jersey, and it's predominantly low-income Hispanic families. And I just wanted to say that sex ed, even moral values, begin at home, and they are supported in school. But, it's amazing to see when you meet a parent, then you understand their child. I mean, I have met very poor families, but they do everything they can for the children, and they grow up to be good kids. Then you meet the parents dressed provocatively, and, the children learn by example more than anything. And I do the best I can, trying to teach the girls how to be a lady. But there's only so much I can do as a teacher. They go home. They're in that environment. and ultimately the decision is theirs and whatever background they have.
All right, Rebecca, thanks for calling in. Here we go. We just keep coming back and back and back to parental responsibility, don't we, Dr. Rob?
I mean, the teachers who call in are wonderful, and their school districts and students are fortunate to have them. It's true. It goes back to the family, whether you're a single parent, both parents. If you're a single parent, you don't feel comfortable, find another adult that you feel your child can bond with that can set that role and have that conversation. If the kids are going to be sexually active, let's protect them. Let's give them the consequences, let them make decisions, but let's protect them so they're not scarred for the rest of their life. So we need to give them all the education and talk to them. So it does. It goes back to the family.
Dr. Kaufman, just like Rebecca, the teacher, said, she can tell a lot about their students' upbringing by how their parents are. Do you find the same, just who walks in the office day to day?
Absolutely. And if you have parents that are separated or divorced and they're dating and they're bringing boyfriends home and the boyfriends perhaps are staying over the house, not to just single out a single parent, but it does affect the child. And it affects her behavior.
Yeah, the example set by mom and dad. Quick time out. More It's Your Call right after the break, so stay where you are.